is a decentralized funding platform for activism. And as was mentioned, it also aims to be a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization that can't be stopped, it can't be inhibited. And for the next few minutes, 20 minutes or so, I want to get in how we're going to do this. And what could its impact be on debates exactly like this? What could it happen? How does this put power into the hands of people? And what might be the result? A bit of background, as you mentioned the Olympics and sport, and I'm not an anarchist, I'm not from a sort of Amnesty International background at university or anything like that. I'll explain a little how I got to this, which is quite interesting. I'm an engineer by training. But I got to it really through the lens of climate change, because I work with international conservation organizations and some governments on designing innovative financial instruments which address climate change, food security, and other major issues such as this at a country level and internationally. The other big one, of course, is biodiversity loss and trying to stop our ecosystems from crashing. This is a graph you may not have seen. It's a very kind of in-depth one, but the COP23 will be in Bonn in the coming weeks, and their countries will present these INDCs, their goals. And as you can see from this rather gloomy chart, the pledges take us not on a great trajectory in terms of global warming. And these NDCs fall even more short. I mean, the NDCs, having worked with many countries in Africa and Southeast Asia, you know, often they're done by not very high-level groups, you know, a few layers below the president, of course, and high-level ministers. And they're sort of thrown together. I mean, some of these are like countries really looking for more handouts to get this done. It's a very, very worrying thing. So much needs to be done to keep our climate under control and save us from catastrophic climate change, to name but one of the issues. So it was things like this that drove me to think, my God, if I can't do this through innovative financial instruments and trying to drive private finance to this issue and these sort of things, what's it going to take? And that brought me to this question of people and the role of elevating or amplifying citizen voice to make governments act faster and to get them to do what is needed. There's a great word called social accountability. It means the extent and capability of citizens to hold the state accountable and to make it responsive to their needs. And that became the sort of founding goal of the ACT Foundation in Switzerland. It raised, based on its idea for this DAO, over $250,000, which has allowed us to start building it. And we'll get into now what it looks like. That is just a chart about social accountability. It's a fascinating topic, pioneered actually by the World Bank. But on one side you have civic mobilization, and on the other side you have information. And both are very, very important to address the imbalance in power that always exists between the state and the citizens. And it's that imbalance in power that we think, we hope, we all hope that this DAO could address. So I thank Richard for this sort of incredible curation of nearly an hour of a really, you know, raw debate here on exactly this type of issue. And now we look at a blockchain solution which could do something about this. This currently exists in prototype. It's on my phone, which is over there. But it's a voting app. So the model that we've created, we're not calling them votes because people have trouble with that. We're calling them ACT. But essentially, you can, with this Ethereum wallet, purchase these ACT and apply them to proposals. These purchases capitalize this pool, which is the green thing here. So if you think in terms of numbers, Anybody know how many users change.org has or claims to have? It's nearly 200 million. It's nearly 2% of Earth. So impressive numbers, are very kind of active in terms of fighting social justice issues and so on. Potentially, if many people use this tool, this empowerment tool, this pool could become very large. To decentralize this, we need to get away from the status quo, which is proposals to foundations, to the 1%. We need you, oh 1%, to sort out this problem. We need a grant from you, oh philanthropist. You're the answer. And if you don't do anything, we're all screwed. Not so anymore, thanks, I think, to the power of blockchain. If that pool on the left is capitalized with micropayments from millions, potentially billions of people, I don't want to get ahead of myself, that's a lot of resource. So how do we decentralize? We've created a second decentralized platform called the Daoact Curation Engine. And this has kind of 4 elements to it. 4 ways that the curators are rewarded. One is in the amount of ACE tokens that they hold. One is in the amount of the effort, the curation effort they do on proposals. The third one is the timeliness with which they curate proposals. And the fourth one is their track record or reputation as a curator. So imagine an app on your phone, a bit like a crowdfunding, but it's not crowdfunding, with a video about this cause, and the curators comment on this. Other curators uptick or downtick those comments. And in there is also a question, how does this resolve social accountability? How does this improve the extent and capability to hold the state accountable and make it responsive to our needs? So the curators rank this, and the algorithm takes those 4 things that I mentioned, and it calculates how curators should be rewarded. Now get this. The pool, as I described, aggregates these micropayments and has a big lump of money in it, whatever that is. So 80% of that money is used to fund proposals. 5% to the foundation for marketing and other sort of governance role. And 15%, now this isn't some wacky token. This is Ethereum coming in. That 1%, that $1 decided by an oracle, this is Ether. 15% pays the curators. So these curators are very motivated to do a really good job. Okay? And that's very important, because what happens is they curate proposals, and the algorithm works out the very best proposals. And only those proposals are pushed to everybody's voting apps. And you receive this, it's all time sensitive. It's not crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, you scroll through causes and you say, oh, I like that, I'll give it some money. And there's another very important reason it's not crowdfunding that I'll come to. But you essentially get this notification on your app, and you only have 24 hours to act. And you have to vote yes or no or abstain. And if there's a quorum that says we want to fund this, the smart contract pays it, and this can fund change, it can fund movements at any speed and at any scale, and it cannot be stopped. That brings us to the idea that it is a decentralized autonomous organization. How do we stop anti-money laundering and money going to fund terrorism? Well, at the payment stage, the contract that's generated needs 2 signatures. One will be the proposal maker, and the other will be a legal representative, possibly in country. We're working that bit out, but we need to put some layer in there so as not to shirk that responsibility of AML and anti-terrorist finance, which is a huge regulation in every jurisdiction. So these are the fascinating dynamics that we're trying to work out to fully decentralize this. It will be a process to get there, but it is a very interesting journey. I want to just show a video which will lighten this up a little and help in a very easy way with a nice simple example of one application. And I don't know how to play a video on this. And go. Don't worry, I've got a backup plan. How am I doing in time?
Oh, so we get 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, the other camera. Where is it?
Floor. Okay, pick one of the tables up. Yes, and then see where it goes.
Oh, yeah, see that computer.
Yeah.
ACT is a global initiative built on this technology that allows people to support causes they believe in. ACT can be accessed by anyone with a smartphone and works by allowing users to purchase votes, which can be applied to project proposals. Anyone can propose a project for funding, and these are organized by geography and cause type. When a quorum is reached, the project automatically gets funded instantly. This is called a smart contract. Here's an example of ACT working in action. Maria Zuba lives with her disabled daughter, Lena, in Minsk, in Belarus. Lena is confined to a wheelchair, and recently the elevator in their apartment building stopped working. Fixing it is the responsibility of the local government, but they said they could not fix it for budgetary reasons. Local law has provisions for petitions with signatures to trigger a rethink. Maria believes 2,000 signatures in a petition could encourage state action, but she needs about $200 for costs like transport and advertising. This is equivalent to her monthly wage. She submits her case on the new ACT platform, and after a period of review by proposal curators, the ACT community is notified through the app. Support for Maria and Lena's problem is massive and global. Her cause is funded quickly with additional funds spurring further proposals both in Belarus and around the world. 2016 saw anti-coal movements globally, from the US, UK, and Germany, to Australia and Indonesia. As movements such as these grow, the related financial burden tends to fall on local communities. Through ACT, financial support can be mobilized quickly, only limited by the generosity and commitment of citizens globally. Millions of euros or dollars could be deployed for game-changing civic action in a matter of hours, with all funding decisions made by citizens themselves.
We're short of time, but I was in Minsk, recently in Belarus, and people were taking to the streets to protest a very strict government. And one of the things that came out was a recording or overhearing of the police. And the recording said, "Just pack them all." The trucks were rolling into town, people carriers, and the command was just pack everybody. Everybody who's on the street, just put them in and take them away. We're not going to stand for any of this. So these things are, very, very serious. Like take that coal example there and the movements that are happening. Some are happening in Germany, in the Gelände, just before the COP23. But I was involved in some in the UK, in Wales, and we shut down a coal mine. One of the reasons that I think this is very exciting is that when these communities mobilize and do something like that, the costs start to really build up. I'm sure you experienced this as your campaign, and then the campaign really struggles. And the other problem is that people don't realize that they can do it if they just keep going. So it's costing the realization that they can do it. But with the coal mining, I love it because with a funding mechanism like this, if the people get behind it, not everybody's an activist who's going to turn up and shut down a coal mine, but everybody can buy votes, everybody can capitalize this and put resources to it. So if you don't shut down your coal mine, 6 months with 25,000. If you still don't shut down your coal mine, we'll come back in another 6 months with, you know, and it can grow and grow and grow. So a very, very exciting proposition. And we partnered with a US, a group of young people in US that sort of spawned out of the Occupy Wall Street. What happened after that? Who knows what that was? But what happened is people went away and looked at the theory of movements. They studied it since the 1900s, and they found that since the 1900s, empirical research has found that every single movement that grew to over 3.5% of citizens, the government always, without exception, and these are peaceful movements, always relinquished and yielded to the will of what the people wanted. So this group, this young people's group in America, are building a movement. They're doing it by training, and it's on the issue of climate change. And what that platform will do as a pilot, we'll support their training. And they'll do 10 trainings in 10 cities. And they'll train people to speak, to be an activist, and how to move the dial and influence the debate. And then we'll train 100. And then we'll train more and more and more. And that's the idea and the concept behind it. And I'm delighted to announce in this forum something on the topic of ICOs, because the money raised was sort of pre-ICO. But I don't know about this announcement because I'm still thinking about it, but I pretty much decided that we will do an ICO, but our ICO, all funds will fund that pool. Absolutely. Everything into that pool. And that will be our ICO, because I think we have enough resources to get this built as it stands. So this is going to happen. Where will it lead us? What will it be in this debate and these sort of issues? This is the question I leave you with.
Thank you very much.